Anyway, Matt's here for, I guess for a month, and actually you're working on a project.
Yeah.
And why don't you talk about the project, what it's going to be like, and I'll keep my mouth shut and let you talk.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, while we were here...
faces? No.
What?
Okay.
While we were here helping Arnold, we just left a project that we did in Virginia. Julie and I, we go around different places in the country, and we help them build, not only help them build permaculture gardens and setups, but also offer our services as far as teaching nutrition, raw food, and just sustainable living in whatever way is feasible for the situation of people there. And we found a place nearby here in Pennsylvania. A friend of a friend asked me to come and look at something because they had tried to start this commercial farming project, this organic commercial farming project, and they were having a lot of trouble. And they asked if I could come and see if I could see anything or if anything was needed help, if I could do anything for them. And I got there and realized it was all organic hydroponics, and I told them that I really can't help them much because hydroponics is sort of antithetical to what I do. It's more about the soil, it's all permaculture based. So I explained that to them, and I also explained to them about what I do, and I explained about permaculture and why the soil is so important and all the different values of permaculture as far as restoration of the soil, as cultural reform. And they, I spent a lot of time there talking to them. They seemed really open about it.
Let's backtrack, because they already put a lot of money into this project and realized after 6 months it wasn't working.
But I came here and saw this setup, and you can see all these styrofoam cups with all this, hydroponic gear. And, I saw some of this kale, and you can see, they're trying to grow just kind of monocrop kale, and you can see these little seedlings, and I said, oh, look at these little seedlings, and they said, yeah, we planted these 4 months ago.
What you decided to do is just start from scratch.
Well, it was built the hydroponic system is really built for synthetics, so to try to make it work organically, you almost have to be a biochemist. After talking about it, they got really passionate about it, so they really believed what I was talking about, they really liked it, they got into it. And so they said, I left them there that day, and they kind of were hinting about maybe you could come and help us and all this kind of stuff. And then I got another phone call the next day saying basically we're ready to just throw out all the hydroponics and just bring in straw bales and do it. These are the straw bales we got ordered today. There's about 475 of these. We got from a guy right down the road. He grows this straw. He doesn't spray it with anything. It's been approved by the CCOF to use in this system. So we unloaded the truck today. The three of us unloaded these 475 bales, and these are going to go in the greenhouse. So they basically agreed to scrap that stuff, and they also said, we said to them, we can't just come in and help you build this commercial setup, but we'll help you if you're going to if you let us sort of build a permacultural community learning center. If you let us,
they said yes.
Yeah. So there's about 20 acres there to create this permaculture setup. And we're going to, be able to offer things like creating hugelkultur beds and straw bale beds and building cob houses and like anything that you can imagine as far as sustainability and permaculture. And permaculture is about utilizing natural processes. It's about looking at a forest, seeing how the forest builds and creates soil, and facilitating that process wherever you can. And that's what we're going to do there. We're going to for me, it's really important to build that bridge from commercial organics to a viable commercially viable permaculture setup to show that practical transition to how we can feed the masses with permaculture. We don't have to rely on these so-called organic methods just because they're certified. And that's the other thing. This place already has a CCOF certified organic growing license. Because it's CCOF or certified organic, we're now working with those rules and seeing how we can sort of set precedents in a permacultural context. For instance, the way that they classify soil is different than the way a permaculturist would, because the kind of soil that you use using composting and using green manure would actually be classified as mulch in the CCOF settings because it's a compost without any brown or animal manure. So it's a really cool way to kind of go in there. It's almost like the same way.
For example, use compost. Is that acceptable according to...
Yeah, as long as there's certain things you have to follow, but a lot of those things don't apply to a permaculturist because there's no other chemicals, there's no other processes involved. It's all very much right from the ground.
But if you're using compost that's from a plant-based, is that considered organic?
Compost from a plant-based, all plant-based, by organic standards, it would be considered mulch in a broken down form, rather than being considered soil. Yeah, it's actually easier to get that passed. It's very complicated, but it just makes it a lot easier because permaculture doesn't exist inside of a classifiable system. So there's more room to navigate that. I think it's going to be groundbreaking for the community to have this sort of example there. Not only for the people in the community to take it back to their homes, but other communities to see this and start to build that. And I did raw food because I wanted to eat the food the way the
Right.
nature prepared it. But then
I
I
love
wanted
it.
to eat food in the way nature grew it. So I was conflicted in the way our commercial food system worked. I was conflicted in eating bananas and tropical fruit all year round in New Jersey. You know,
That
it
means
didn't
if
make
someone
any
goes
sense.
to a place, say for example, we won't mention any names, they should eat the food that's in that area rather than
Yeah, but like we're humans, we're not supposed to be in this
That's
climate.
right.
So it's like
That's
we have
right.
to take what we
Food
know about
here
permaculture and make
and
microclimates.
eat it here.
So we can have microclimates. We can grow citrus and things in the season if we know the rules. If
That's
we,
right.
if
We
we
know the
understand
rules.
nature, we don't
That's
try to
actually the
manipulate
highest level.
It
You
is.
live there. You don't have to depend on boats and planes to get your food.
it. Is we're trying to raise $3,000 so we can just pop up a yurt on the
Yurt.
property, because that's going to be one of the ways that we show sustainable architecture. Because we're going to have a yurt, we're going to have straw bale house, we have a cordwood cob house, regular cob house. But now because winter's coming, we need somewhere to be sheltered and heated right away. A yurt's going to be the best option. So
You're looking for donations to help you get
yeah, so We the Trees, you go in there, you
natural
can make a
building. We
donation.
the trees.
Make a donation to it, but it'll be listed on the site as well. So, but this video is probably going to end up going on the We the Trees thing.
Oh good.
So.
Oh good.
So we want to have that yurt up so we can start this project, because we have all the materials, we have everything is there. We just need to be able to be on the property and sustain ourselves. We have our composting toilet, we have that thing, we have our, we'll have a water catchment, we have our tub and all that. But we have everything we need. We just need the shelter for the winter so we can start this project. We already brought in 450 straw bales to fill the greenhouse. We already are getting the composting soil, the organic compost. And we already started conditioning the bales, so we're going. We want to get this together so we can have
So
that.
3,000 people watch this.
I'll give you
$1
$1.
each. Remember that.
Then we can start this project full fledged. Because if we're not living on the property, it's very hard. And
I'll give you $1.
Okay. So
I'll give you
I guess
$2.
I guess it's probably getting long now. So.
Okay. Anyway, it's live from Arnolds Way with Matt, my good buddy. We're on the path. I don't know what that means, but we're on the path. Okay. Bye.